Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shrutismrutipurananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Sahana Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll chant together. Mano buddhyahankara chittanina na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre na cha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham na cha prana sanyo na vai pancha vayuhu na va sapta dhatur na va pancha kosha na vakpani padau na chopasthapayu chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. I am confused about what is prarabdha and what is the free will. If all is prarabdha, this person I request to see me after lunch, I can answer in person because it's a long question and not directly connected. Okay. Yesterday you mentioned that Ananda is fullness, that Ananda is Anantatvam. How to relate? I think I also clarified that part, that Anantatvam itself is called Ananda because of being the basis for experiential happiness. So, Anantatvam alone is called Ananda. Whose question it is? Is that? Anantatvam alone is called Ananda, based on being the basis for experiential happiness. So, Anantatvam alone is given the name Ananda. But based on some, in Sanskrit it's called Shabda Pravrutti Nimitta. The basis for usage is this being the basis for experiential happiness. Yeah. Like Rama alone is called Dasharatha Putra. Why Dasharathi? Because he is the son of Dasharatha. Word Rama does not mean Dasharathi. Rama means one who is reveling in oneself is Rama. But Rama is Dasharathi. Similarly, Anantatvam is Ananda. अच्छा एक और समस्या है, ठीक है, हिंदी में लिखा है, एक और समस्या है. Atma is said to be asanga, nirvikara, shuddha, and I have to imagine that in mind all this, then there is a tendency to objectify, as without objectification mind does not comprehend. But Atma is subject and not the object. How to resolve this? See, you don't have to objectify to understand. Generally you are right that generally our orientation is to understand something through objectification. But sometimes we do have this appreciation of something as oneself. Suppose I use the word you. Then you don't objectify. When I say you, how do you understand? Do you understand as someone? No. You understand as I. What is your name? Deepak. Okay. If I ask you, do you know Deepak? Suppose I say, do you know Deepak who has come to this camp? Then what will be your answer? Do you say I know Deepak or you say I am Deepak? You are not objectifying. Even though I presented you to as an object only. I don't know whether you are Deepak. But I said, do you know that Deepak? Then you say what? I am Deepak. It means you have appreciation without objectification. Is there? So if I say, suppose you are something positive, I say, you are a wonderful person. So what do you feel? I am a wonderful person. You don't say someone is wonderful person. What is the cognition happens? I am. So in our mind we have got both the vrittis, idam vritti and aham vritti. Both are there. So the content, the aham vritti is finally indicating this Atma. The lakshartha of this aham pada and aham vritti is this Atma. Therefore you do have experience. That is, if I use positive word, you are a wonderful, you feel what? You feel good. If I criticize you, you are a hopeless fellow. So who feels bad? Swamiji is calling me, not someone, me. So we have this. So we can appreciate something without objectification. Yes. Is consciousness is one and indivisible, and if I am not ultimately the mind, body, emotions or ego, then how should I understand individuality? What happens to individuality after self-realization? I see individuality as an expression appearing in consciousness. In a way it is true. In fact, we can say individuality is consciousness manifesting through the upadhi, body, mind, sense complex. Like there is a total space, and total space manifesting through a pot. So we give the name what? Pot space. So pot space can be called individuality of space. Pot space is what? Individual space. Similarly, consciousness, which is all pervasive, manifesting through this upadhi, we use the word upadhi, body, mind, sense complex is called upadhi. Upadhi means medium of manifestation. So consciousness manifesting through the medium of manifestation is called individual. And this individuality is superimposed upon consciousness. Individuality does not belong to consciousness. Like pot space is a limited space. The limitedness of the pot space does not belong to space, but assumed to be in space. Similarly, these limitations of the individuality or the individuality itself does not belong to consciousness. Individuality is superimposed upon consciousness. Like pot spaceness is superimposed upon space. Space doesn't have pot spaceness as its intrinsic quality. Similarly, the individuality is not intrinsic quality of consciousness. It is the attribution based on the identification with upadhi. It is something like, you imagine, the space within the pot starts thinking that I am this much only. Space within the pot starts thinking I am this much only, as much as the walls of the pot are. And similarly here, the limitations of the upadhi are considered to be my limitations, then this individuality becomes a problem. So individuality is not the attribute of consciousness, it is superimposed upon consciousness. It is not intrinsic status of consciousness. That is how it is to be understood. Is surrender different from self-knowledge, or do they meet at the same point? Yes, it depends how you understand the word surrender. Surrender in its absolute sense is not different from knowledge, because surrender finally means the letting go of the individuality. Letting go of the individuality in this in this limitlessness. Letting go of individuality at the altar of or in limitlessness is surrender in its absolute sense. That is what knowledge is. Knowledge is what? I am not this individual, I am the limitless, which is the truth of the individual. Therefore, both finally mean the same. But if you understand and interpret the word surrender in this sense, generally it is not. Generally, surrender means what? We give all responsibility to Bhagavan. We give all responsibility of worrying, etc., our responsibility to Bhagavan, and dropping the resistance to all facts. That is called surrender. Pujya Swamiji used to give the definition of surrender. Very good. Surrender to Ishvara means what? Dropping my resistance to all facts of my life. That is surrender. Dropping resistance to all facts of my life. Why I was born to these parents? Why I married this person? Why I did not marry other person? Why I fell sick? Why I did not get admission? Why I am surrounded by these people? Resistance. Resistance to all facts of my life I drop. That is called surrender. So, surrender has got its conventional meaning, but when we take the surrender in its absolute sense, it will meet with the knowledge. You have to make it meet. It doesn't meet in conventional sense, you have to make it meet by extending the sense conveyed by the word surrender. So, Vedanti does that. In fact, Vedanti says that Advaita Jnani alone has got the highest surrender. Generally, these Dvaitis, the dualist people say that Vedantis are very arrogant. Why? They are telling, I am Ishvara. How much arrogance they have. And all of them are going to Naraka only. Because Bhagavan says that in the 16th chapter, Aham Ishvaraha, Aham Bhogi, that is the description of Asuri Sampat people. And Bhagavan says, Ajasram Ashubham Asurim Yonim Apannaha. They will attain Asuri Yoni. Shipami Ajasram Ashubhan Lokan. So, connecting that, they say, all Vedantis are going to Naraka only. Are you ready? So, you should be strong enough to hear this. Otherwise, people say, Swamiji, I will change the party. Advaita party, very dangerous party. No, you may go to Naraka. So, to them we say this. Those who say like this, that Advaita is highly arrogant, to them we say, Advaita is the most humblest. Advaita alone has got let go of ego. Why? Because Advaita says what? Brahman alone is. There is no other entity. Only Brahman is. Ekameva Dvitiyam Brahma. There is no scope. There is no place for this individuality. All that is there is Brahman alone. I as an individual am not there. I as an individual am mithya. Who is saying this? Dvaiti, even though they say I surrender, but they retain their individuality. Retaining the individuality, they surrender. Like you give something to someone, retaining something for yourself. 2 रोटी में से 1 रोटी देते हैं, 1 रोटी अपने लिए रखते हैं. So you retain. Whereas Vedanti says, I am not there. I as an individual am not there. What is there is only Brahman. Everything is sacrificed. Everything is let go. Therefore, Advaiti is the greatest surrenderer. Advaiti surrenders the most, highest. But that is what we have to understand. Superficially speaking, Advaiti looks very arrogant. because he is equating oneself to Ishvara. Even if you equate to some chief minister, you go to the chief minister office and you say, I am chief minister, suppose you say, you will be scolded, you will be perhaps arrested or maybe punished if you say like this, I am the chief, I am chief minister. If you say, how angry, by mistake you sit on his seat, chief minister's seat. My God, so much punishment will be there. I remember that when I started working long ago. So I did not know that I was assisting some engineer. I was just newly joined, and he went out. So I thought, now I am the boss. And I sat on his seat, and I was very strongly told that you are not supposed to sit there. So imagine, he was just a junior engineer. But even after so many years, maybe 40 years over, still I remember this. I was told this. So even chief minister, prime minister you cannot say. Then what to talk about Ishvara? How can you say I am Ishvara? That is how superficially it will be looking arrogant. But if you understand in what sense we are telling I am Ishvara means Ishvara alone is there. I and Ishvara are one reality alone. I as an individual am not there. Then only, when you let go of your individuality, then only you can claim your oneness with Ishvara. Retaining your individuality, you cannot say. When you elevate yourself to Chidananda, then only you can say Shivaha, Ishvaraha. So that much they are not ready to understand. And therefore they say you will go to Naraka, etc. But at least we should know. We should not be shaken, they say, because we have this understanding. All right. I think we can, class itself we can have 1 hour, so no problem. Dharma teaches us to take care of our parents. If our parents, because of their problems, need more and more of our time than physical, mental energy and distraction from our Vedantic studies, how do we handle that? Does that make me adharmic? See, we have to go case by case. So you can study your Vedanta and serve them. There is always an approach of we can have is A and B, not A or B. Generally people have this dichotomic approach. What? A or B. No. I should try my best to have A and B. Sometimes A is more, sometimes B is more. B is less, A is less, depending upon the situation. So if you need to attend one camp, then A is become more. A means Vedanta becomes more, and B, parents, become less. And sometimes they are in the hospital, so B become more, A will be less. You have the heart to accommodate both. What really matters is your heart. How much time you give, how much energy you give, that matters, but more than that, what matters is your will, your intention, that I want to serve them as best as possible. Within my limited resources and with all my other priorities, I will give them priority. If that is reached to them, then they will be less demanding. They will be more understanding, hopefully, if they are having the normal psychology. Sometimes, they demand more because they are feeling insecure. More demand comes out of insecurity. And therefore, you make them feel secure that I will be available when you need it, when you need. So then they will be relatively more secure, and thereby they will be less demanding, and you can give priority to both. And if you have somebody else also to do it, you can share the responsibility. All right. So I think we have answered all questions. All right. Let us come to Nirvana Shatkam. In Nirvana Shatkam, we are correcting the mistake about ourselves and owning up what is my true nature. And why we need to do this? Because not knowing what I am and what I am not, there is a confusion between what I am and what I am not. And that confusion is creating samsara. How? Because of this mix-up of the self and non-self, I am considering myself to be a small individual with doership, with experiencership, and thereby I remain dukhi. I remain vulnerable all the time. Anytime, anything can happen with so much anxiety. And therefore, I need to separate cognitively myself from what I am really not. And own up myself to be what really I am. So what I am not? Mano buddhya hankara chittani naham nacha shrotra jivve nacha grana netre nacha vyoma bhumir na tejo na vayuhu. So sukshma sharira I am not. The first line talked about sukshma sharira I am not. Second says sthula sharira I am not. All of you are Vedanta students, so I can use this word. Nacha prana sangno navai pancha vayuhu nava sapta dhatur nava pancha koshaha. I am not the prana, I am not the 7 constituents of the body, and in general, I am not pancha koshaha. I am not karmendriyani. Then somebody may wonder here that why it is said severally. Instead of that, we can say I am not gross subtle body. That's all. I am not the gross body, I am not subtle body. Account finished. Why are we doing severally? I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. It is called drilling exercise. We have to drill this idea into our brain, our mind. Because I am the body is so much strongly embedded in the mind that we have to create the antidote. I am not the body. So, and for that, if I keep on saying I am not the gross body, I am not the subtle body, we may be a little bored. Therefore, some variety is brought. And what is the meaning of I am not the body? That also is presented. I am not the body means I am not the product of 5 elements. I am not these constituents of the body. So, same thing is presented in different ways so that the idea is strongly registered in our mind. Therefore, severally it is done. All right. So, I am not karmendriyas, I am not prana. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupaha. I am consciousness which is limitless. Ananda Rupaha, limitless, which is the basis for experiential happiness. Therefore, called Ananda. So, Chidananda Rupa means I am limitless consciousness. Ananda is Ananta. So, limitless consciousness which is the basis for all the experiential happiness. So, it is a nice way of saying, I am Chit, but suppose I am Chit without any what is called positive aspect, then, so what, I am Chit. Therefore, Shastra says, not only you are Chit, you are Ananda also. So, Chidanandaha. So, Ananda word is used in Shastra while presenting the nature of Atma or Brahman, so that Atma or Brahma becomes your Purushartha. Purushartha means what? Human goal. Otherwise, I say, why should I bother about Atma, Brahman, etc.? So, Shastra wants to say that this Atma is Ananda Swarupaha. So, if you own up this Atma Swarupam, then you will be free from misery. You will be having this sense of fulfillment because of owning up your fullness. Therefore, it is said Anandaha. And it is not a make-believe. That is what the fact about myself. But that fact is presented in a particular way. So, Chidananda Rupaha, Shivoham, Shivoham. Now, Shivaha, one meaning we have seen. Shivaha means Mangala, auspicious, pure. Another meaning of Shivaha is Ishvaraha. I am Shivaha means I am Ishvaraha. What is this Ishvaraha? Jagat Karanam. The cause of this world, that Jagat Karana Ishvaraha Aham. To understand this, we have to understand a few more points. One is that when I do this Atma Anatma Viveka, self non-self discrimination, what is the appreciation? I am consciousness, the content of this awareful being, conscious being. I am consciousness, different from this body, different from senses, different from the mind, and of course different from the entire world. So, I am different from this entire world, which includes external objects, and now after Atma Anatma Viveka, it includes the body, senses, the mind. Now, body, senses, mind, because of my Atma Anatma Viveka, have become the part of this world. So, the world has got two aspects, external and internal. Both of them are the world only. Because the external world is made up of Panchamahabhutas, this also is made up of Panchamahabhutas. So, now I understand that I am consciousness, witness, illuminator of the external world and internal world called body, mind, sense complex. This is what Jagat is. World is called Jagat in Sanskrit. It's a very beautiful word, Jagat. Jagat is derived from Gach Dhatu. So, Jagat means what? That which keeps going, that which keeps changing is Jagat. It's a very important understanding of the Jagat. Jagat consisting of what? People, object and situation. And therefore, they will keep on changing. People around you will change. Earlier they used to say, I love you, and now they say, I hate you. Because that is what Jagat is. Jagat means that which keeps changing is called Jagat. Gam Dhatu it is derived. To go. Objects also will change. Earlier when computer came, it was functioning well. Now you have to bang every now and then. That's what people do. The car, when it came, it was working well. Now a car bekar ho gaya. So that is how it is. So Jagat, the word Jagat itself conveys this idea that it will never remain the same. It will keep changing. And generally we have this complaint. Swamiji, earlier my spouse was not like this. When I married him or married her, she was so beautiful, so wonderful, so accommodative, so loving, so caring. When I used to come, immediately she will open the door and give water and ask coffee, etc. Now I myself have to open with the duplicate key. She is not found anywhere around. That is how the world is. It will be like this. So, Jagat includes the external objects, external people, situations, and the body, mind, sense complex. I am Sakshi of this world. Now, question would be, what is the status of this world? What is the connection between this world and the Chidananda? If you do not understand the connection, then Pujya Swamiji used to say, there will be disconnect. I am not the body, I am not the mind, etc. If it is not handled, if it is not understood in a comprehensive manner, incompletely understood, it can create disconnect. Disconnect means what? I am not the body. So I am very likely to be careless about the body. And I start imagining myself to be some very, what is called energy body or something. And I will look for what? Out of the body experience. Astral traveling. Have you heard all this? Astral traveling. So that is what your orientation would be. So you want to have disconnect from the body, you will have disconnect from the body. And disconnect is not a very healthy state. Psychologically, it is not good. That is why we have to account for this world which we have left behind as anatma. Even though it is anatma, but it has to be given proper place. Just because it is anatma, you cannot just leave it alone. You have to give proper place cognitively. Therefore, in our Vedanta, after talking about Atma Anatma Viveka, Sula Sukshma Karana Sharirat Vyatiriktaha Panchakoshatitaha, you must have heard this Tattva Bodha. Such Avasthatraya Sakshi Satchidananda Swarupa San Yastishtati Sa Atma. After that, we start another topic. And that is the topic of creation. People may say, Swamiji, I am Atma, that is good enough. I am Sakshi, no problem. No, it's not enough. Somebody who leave after this and they don't hear the second part, they are missing something. So, we need to understand that what is the place of this world, what is the status of this world, which includes my body, mind, sense complex. For that, we start the topic of creation and we say, this world is intelligently put together. This is how Pujya Swamiji is to present. The world is intelligently put together. Everything you see, there is intelligence. It is not randomly placed. In your body, you see so much intelligence is there. Your nose is here only. It should be here only. Pujya Swamiji used to say that I thought that how about keeping the nose on the top? Because here so much crowding is there, no? So much crowded. Our face region is so much crowded. Eyes are there, nose are there, mouth is there, ears are there. So he said, how about that? We put it, so somebody is smoking, the smoke will go out, Pollution will be less. So Swamiji said, I was thinking like this. But then I thought, no, if this nose is there, then where we are drinking coffee, I would like to experience the smell as well. So for what I have to do? I have to do coffee put there. I will be doing abhisheka of coffee on me. So I have to simultaneously experience. When I am eating, I have to simultaneously. Otherwise, every time we have to do like this. So Pujya Swamiji said, I discovered that the nose should be there where it is. I should not put my nose in Bhagavan's affair. So, so everything is intelligently put together. And since it is intelligently put together, the cause of this world must be having intelligence. First of all, since it is intelligently put together, it must be a product. It must be a product which must have a cause. Because anything intelligently put together, this clip is intelligently put together. Therefore, does it have a cause, the maker or not? It has got a maker and material. So the world being intelligently put together, it is a product. Being a product, it must have a cause. And that cause, we have two types of cause for any product. One is called material cause, upadana karanam. Other is called efficient cause or intelligent cause, called nimitta karanam. And generally they are different, but sometimes they are one. Like in case of spider. Spider is the material and efficient cause for the cobweb. And better example is you, the waker, are intelligent and material cause for your dream world. Thus, this world, which is intelligently put together, has a cause. And regarding what is the cause, what is the nature of the cause of this world, our logic is not pramanam, is not the means of knowledge. Our logic can help to understand, but finally, Shruti eva pramanam. Vedas alone are pramanam. That is why this cosmology in science doesn't have final words. They have hypothesis, they don't have theory. Everything they present as a theory is subject to scrutiny and they find so many defects. Even this Big Bang theory has got some questions, and therefore final pramanam is Shastra. And Shastra says the cause for this world is Ishvaraha, Brahma. You can give any name. You can call it Vishnu, you can call it Shiva. But whatever be the cause, must be having the intelligence, because the product, the world which is the product, is exhibiting intelligence of the maker, of the cause. So the cause of this world must be having intelligence. And Shastra confirms that Ishvara, which is the cause, is Sarvajnaha. And that intelligence which must be there in the cause, that cause must be a conscious being. Because intelligence always lies in conscious being. You have small intelligence. That small intelligence you have is obtaining where? In a conscious being you are. Small knowledge obtains in a conscious being. So all knowledge also will obtain where? In a conscious being. So that Ishvara is also conscious being, which is supposed to be the cause of this world. Which is the cause of this world. Why should I say supposed to be? That is what the fact is. And that Ishvara is a conscious being. And the truth of conscious being is what? Consciousness. How do you say? I am a conscious being. What is my truth? Consciousness. Chit, Chidananda. So the truth of conscious being is consciousness, Chaitanyam. Therefore, the truth of this conscious being, that is Ishvara, is what? Chit Swarupaha, consciousness. So consciousness is the truth of Ishvara, who is the conscious being, where this all knowledge is. Therefore that Ishvara is what? Chidanandaha. That is how Shastra reveals this true nature of Ishvara by saying Vijnanam Anandam Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This Chit Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa is the true nature of Ishvara. And that Ishvara is referred to by different words, Vishnuhu, Shivaha. And we will refer to that Ishvara by the word Shivaha, because here Shiva is given. But if you want to say Vishnuhu, you can say that Chidananda Rupaha Vishnuhu Aham. Something like Chidananda Rupo Vishnuraham. Something like you have to say. In Chanda it will not go well. But you can say, because you are a Vaishnavite, suppose. Then you can happily say Vishnuhu Aham. But if you are a Vaishnavite, you will not have courage to say I am Vishnu. Because the Vaishnavite, they will not accept the non-duality. So, Shivaha, Vishnuhu, whatever, you can say Devi also. I am Jagadamba, I am Durga, you can say. Because Durga also is Jagat Karanam. So, Chidananda is Shivaha. Shivaha means what? Ishvaraha. So, Chidananda, with all knowledge, all Shakti, is called Shivaha. Like Chidananda with small knowledge, small power is called Jivaha. Chidananda with all knowledge, all power is called Shivaha. But the truth behind the Jiva and the truth behind the Shiva is what? Chidanandaha. So if you are able to see yourself to be Chidanandaha intimately, without any doubt or any error, then you can say, I, Chidananda, am Ishvaraha. With my all knowledge, I am Ishvaraha. With small knowledge, I am available as Jivaha. Therefore, Shivaha Aham has got the meaning, I am Ishvaraha. Soham. What is said Soham is Shivoham. Soham and Shivoham has got the same meaning. And why Ishvara is called Shivaha in this context? Yesterday I had given one meaning. Shati Dukkham, it is called Shivaha, one who removes Dukkha. Another meaning of Shiva is Shete Sarveshu Bhuteshu iti Shivaha. One who is obtaining in all things and beings is called Shivaha. So, I am Shivaha means what? I, Chaitanya Swarupa Atma, am present in every being. If you have understood I am Shivaha, you can say I am present in all. How Ishvara can be present in all? Because Ishvara is the cause, material cause, and material cause is present in the effect. In fact, material cause alone is getting expressed, manifesting as the effect. Like clay alone is manifesting as pots, or gold alone is manifesting as ornaments, water alone is manifesting as waves. Similarly, Shivaha, Ishvara alone is manifesting as all, available as the content of all, and therefore he is called Shivaha. Shete Sarveshu Deheshu, that which obtains in all the bodies, in fact by extension in everything, that is Shivaha. So, I as Chidananda am Shivaha. When I see myself with all knowledge, all power, I call myself Shivaha. When I see myself with this small knowledge, I call myself Jivaha. But I, Chidananda, is one and the same. Water behind the wave and water behind the ocean is the same. Water with small name and form is called wave. Water with all name and form is called what? Ocean. But ocean and wave, both of them are what? Water alone. From the standpoint of water, I identify with water. The wave, small wave, is identifying with water, and the small wave itself can say what? I am the ocean. Which is SWAMI used to say, a wave from Indian Ocean will enlighten the wave from Atlantic Ocean. That you are water. So you can say, I am the ocean. So I am Shivaha. And when I understand I am Shivaha, present in every body as the very content, and therefore there is no question of disconnect. I am the truth of all the bodies. I am the truth of all sense organs. I am the truth of all minds. Therefore, the body, senses, mind are not away from me. So the idea of disconnect is dismissed. And in fact, this is necessary to understand, because in your Aparokshanubhuti class, you will be given the understanding that I am different from the body is not correct understanding. So morning you understand I am not the body is not a correct understanding. And 11:30 you are told you are not the body. So Dehatma Bheda is not the ultimate understanding. 142 second shloka is talking about that. But one good thing is that we don't remember everything. So because for contradiction, both the things should be there fresh in your mind. So, but what happens by the time you come back in a bus journey and so many things you see on the road, and then have breakfast and have some rest. So by that time you are fresh. So then again But if somebody is remembering both, then we'll have conflict. Because somebody asked me some question and from that I got a doubt. Then I referred to those shlokas. That yes, that Dehatma Vada is not the ultimate. Ka purusharthaha. So that was asked. So Deha and Atma, body and Atma are cognitively separated initially. And afterwards, what do I understand? This body is not separate from me. But I am not the body. Body is not separate from me, but I am not the body. Which is Swamiji used to say, B is A, but A is not B. Begging person, an actor is playing the role of a begging person, beggar. So that beggar is not separate from the actor, but actor is not a beggar. So this we have to keep in our mind, otherwise there will be disconnect. So we say body, senses, mind are not separate from me, but I am not the body, I am not the senses, I am not the mind. Then somebody may say, Swamiji, see, after all you have to again bring them back. This body is not separate from me, mind is not separate from me, then sense organ not separate from me. Then why did you have divorce? If you wanted to have remarriage, why did you have divorce? Like that the people may ask, again you are bringing them back. So why did you disconnect? I am not this, I am not this. Usko bhaga diya. And now again say, oh, you are not separate from me. Wapas laya. Are you able to see this point? That seems to be a contradiction. If you wanted to connect them back, why did you disconnect? Should not happen. You want to remarry the person, then why you have divorced? One lady told me, this by the way, one lady I was traveling with and she told me, said, Swamiji, I divorced this fellow and somehow that fellow came again, I remarried him. And this is only one case I have heard. And when she saw me again, she had a fight with him. That's why she was going to Rishikesh. So I didn't know what happened afterwards, whether it is the third time it happened. Anyways, so why we are doing this? If you are going to say body, senses are not separate from me, because I am the very content of all of them, then why did you say I am not the body, etc.? We said this because I have, before coming to Vedanta, I had the notion I am this body alone. Only this body. I am this body alone. I am only this body. I am only this mind. I am only these sense organs. So, Dehatma Vada was that Deha alone is Atma. Atma is Deha alone. The self is body alone. That notion was there and that was creating samsara. Now what we have done? We have removed that notion by the Atma Anatma Viveka that I am not the body. I have come to the understanding I am consciousness. And now from the standpoint of consciousness I am seeing, looking at the body. And I say, you are not separate from me, O body. No. I am not separate from organs. I am not separate from the mind. So, we are adopting again, but with correction. And this is something you do it every day, not every day, at least every week or every month. So, some deep cleaning you want. What do? All the things you take them out. Outside the room you take. Then what you do? You clean them, bring them back. This is what we are doing. Our body, our senses, our mind had the dirt of this abhimana, identification. Now identification dirt is removed by what? Atma Anatma Viveka. Once Atma Anatma Viveka has removed the dirt of identification, then you adopt it. Yes, this body, mind, sense complex. Not only this body, mind, sense complex, all bodies are not separate from me. So now you are adopting in its clean form, without the dirt of identification. And another difference happens. Before Atma Anatma Viveka, you were considering, I am only this body. And now you say what? I am also this body. Now you are not saying I am only this body. This body is not separate from me. No. What is your understanding? When you say I am Chidanandaha, Shivaha, all these bodies are not separate from me. Not one body. So earlier it was only this body. Now you say also this body. So the whole journey is from only to also. Earlier you were telling only this body I am. Now you say this body also is my manifestation. This body is not separate from me. That body also is not separate from me. That body also is not separate from me. You are talking from which standpoint? Chidananda Shivaha. So as a Chidananda Shiva, you can say all the bodies are not separate from me. And therefore, these bodies will not be a bondage when you are not identifying with one particular body. You are saying all bodies are my manifestation. I am manifesting through all the bodies. And then it doesn't become a bondage. Problem happens when you are identified with one body and you have comparison. My body is very short, fat, etc. This body is very slim, very tall. So comparison happens. So to a short body, tall body, all of them are my manifestation. I am expressing through all the bodies. I am the truth of all the bodies. Where is the problem? So if you identified with one, then it creates samsara. When you see yourself to be the truth of all the bodies, there is no samsara. So that is the message conveyed by Shivoham, Shivoham. So that's why Shivoham, second understanding is important, where I am saying that I, Chidananda, with all knowledge, am Shivaha. We say I, Chidananda, with all knowledge, and technically we say I, Chidananda, with Maya, am Shivaha. I, Chidananda, with avidya, am Jivaha. I am expressing as Jiva. I am expressing as Ishvara. In my real nature, I am neither Jiva nor Ishvara. I am the truth of Jiva and Ishvara. Like enlightened wave will appreciate what? I am expressing as a wave and the ocean. In my true nature, H2O, I am neither a wave nor I am the ocean. In H2O, waveness is not there, oceanness also is not there. I am waveness, oceanness free, H2O. Similarly, I am Jivatva, Ishvaratva, Rahita, Satchidananda, Chidanandaha. That is the message, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham, Shivoham. All right, we'll go to the next sloka. न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्. Please read. न मे द्वेष रागौ न मे लोभ मोहौ मदः न एव मे न एव मात्सर्य भावः न धर्मः न च अर्थः न कामः न मोक्षः चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम. So here some more discrimination is presented. What is that? Dvesha raga. Dvesha means hatred. Raga means likes. So dvesha raga means likes and dislikes. Lobha, greed. Moha, Moha means delusion. Madaha, arrogance. Me na eva, are not there for me. Matsarya bhavaha. Matsarya bhava means jealousy, envy. Na eva is not there for me. So here there is a negation of Shadripu. Shadripu means 6 things which are considered to be the hostile enemy to a sadhaka. Dvesha, Raga are representing Kama, Krodha. Kama, Krodha are presented here as Dvesha, Raga. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These 6 are considered to be Shadripu. In the spiritual pursuit, they can be enemy. Enemy means what? They distract you from the pursuit of knowledge, pursuit of moksha. Like what? Dveshaha. You have hatred. If you have hatred towards someone or something, then it will disturb your mind. With disturbed mind, you cannot learn Vedanta. Disturbed mind is not a learning mind. You can try this. When your mind is disturbed, same thing you have to read 2-3 times. If you are angry and you read newspaper, you will not understand. Again you have to read. What is it told? What is it told? So disturbed mind is not a learning mind. Even ordinary things you cannot understand. Bhagavan Bhashyakara somewhere in Gita Bhashyam he says that even ordinary knowledge you cannot have with this disturbed mind. Then how can you have this Atma Brahma? Therefore, Dvesha is considered to be obstacle. Raga. Raga means likes, attachment. Attachment means emotional dependence. Emotional dependence means the object, person or situation decides whether I will be happy or unhappy. If that object is there which I like, I am happy. The object behaves in the way I like, I am happy. So attachment is emotional dependence upon objects, people and situation. In fact, that is what samsara is. Samsara is dependence upon the world to be happy, to be peaceful, to be secure. And dvesha, the raga dveshas are like that. So, likes and dislikes means emotional dependence and emotional aversion. They are considered to be enemy. Lobha, greed. Greed means I want to have more and more. In Hindi there is a saying of this, I think it's a Pepsi advertisement. Ye dil mange more. I think Pepsi or Coca-Cola. Ye dil mange more. Whatever I have is not enough. Alam buddhi nasti. So enough, that is not there. I want more. I want more. But somebody may say, Swamiji, what is wrong in having this ambition to have more and more? In fact, they say in India people talk about satisfaction, satisfaction, satisfaction. Therefore, India is not progressing. People say like this. Pujya Swamiji used to say, do you think Indians are not ambitious? If you open the American embassy, all India will go there. If you are non-ambitious, will not go. We are ready to go anywhere. See, Indians are there all over the world. So, it is not that because we talk about satisfaction, ambitions is not there. We are not talking about lack of ambition. But greed is not there. What is the difference between greed and ambition? When you pursue your ambition, remaining in the fold of dharma, with a positive purpose, then it is called ambition or a healthy ambition. When your desire is within the field of dharma, pursued within the field of dharma, and with a positive purpose, that desire can be called ambition. It is a positive quality. In fact, because of ambitions alone, these people keep growing, country keeps growing. Then what is greed? Greed also is a desire, but it is a desire which creates pressure to compromise with dharma. So when your desire is creating pressure to compromise with dharma, righteousness, then your desire is greed. And that lobha and raga dvesha, then moha means delusion. Delusion means what? Seeing things wrongly. Confusion about priorities, confusion about how things are, that is called moha. And madaha, arrogance, and matsarya bhava, jealousy. They are there. Here, our topic is not whether we should have or we should not have. In fact, we should minimize them. That is the topic of Dharma Shastra, or the topic of the Yoga Shastra, preparation of the mind. Here, we are talking about the relationship of Atma with 6 of them. And what is the relationship? None of them belongs to Atma. Raga, Dvesha, all of them belong to the mind and not the Atma. So, I am ever free from Dvesha, Raga, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. More about this we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Evavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.